Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MetaPlays Halo Wars 2 Pro League. We are back. We are so back. This is the Scorpions Pro League featuring a total prize pool of £950 to start with, plus community donations. Today is a qualifier and £100 are totally on the line, as well as a lot of points to get into the main event. In the blue color we have got Hero Absolution playing as Yap Yap. There it is. And on the other side, in the red color, playing as Color, this is Arenti. Now, these are some guys that we haven't seen in a while on MetaPlays, even when we were doing active tournaments. So it's super nice to see both of them actively playing still, and supposedly at a higher level, I'm told, as well. Now, our Yap Yap player will be grabbing as many resources on the map as possible, attempted to get the mini base deals, but didn't work out. Arenti just went for the, quick grabs as much as possible. He was cutting his supply pad time. So this base has been idle this whole time, while Hero Absolution already has 2 power extractors, one upgraded, one pending. He's cutting the mini bases instead to make sure that he gets that economic advantage to start with. So that's really cool, I think. We'll see how Arenti exactly will figure into this. Getting a hero out is now a high value, cheap unit, really. Heroes are expensive, I know. You're gonna tell me, Nakamura, it's not cheap at all. But it is, for what it does. And you get the one of it, and then you get veterancy, you clear nodes. It will pay for itself very, very quickly as it kills stuff. But Hero is obviously not gonna just sit around and wait for that to happen. He's gonna get his own raid camps, he's gonna get his grunt riders, he's gonna get his heavy grunts and stuff like that. Now that can do quite a lot of work against heroes. But Hero is a hero himself, so he knows how to do this, right? 2 starting Marines is what we're looking at still. There's a third one now. Arenti also adding in Hellbringers, which are going to be great against these grunts. But against the heavier stuff, like the brutes, like the heavy grunts, he's probably going to want snipers. And I'm not seeing any of that just yet. Might be building up to ODST as well. The third point is not terribly far away for Arenti, especially if he starts clearing nodes. Unfortunate for Hero that this mine just happens to be placed on the other side. Yeah, combining that with like the chopper would have been very, very nice, but didn't work out quite that way. Ooh, the Sentinel almost got the chopper. Healing is not readily available to Yap Yap in tier 1 unless you go for the heroes, which you typically don't really do that. That's a node cleared for Arenti. He's well on the way to the ODST drop. I'm assuming this armory is sticking around for now because he hasn't upgraded his Spartan yet, so we'll see where that goes. The rally point is already on the other side of the map, ladies and gentlemen. Arenti is going for it. Hero Absolution doesn't really have the units to stop it. He's got the methane wagon, but guess what? If Arenti gets his Spartan upgrade... Wait, he's getting a pad upgrade instead of that? He could have stolen this thing. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's just happy to get the kills. Got another surprise party ready as well. Was that level 1 or 2? I actually missed that part. That's a pretty important piece of information. Okay, surely the chopper goes down. Come on, man. Hero keeps it alive. Really good value from that thing. So, that's all good. Arenti does not have the resources to get anything done, and Hero has been tier 2 for a while. He already has Rangers, so there's really limited use in the ODST drop at this point, especially once that number starts growing. Hero is pumping the grunts sufficiently as well. Spartan does get the slam as well as the mines, so this thing is gonna blow. Spartan's still here, but the beam is here as well. It hasn't been saved for any ODST drop or whatever, and ultimately didn't do much of anything. So I wonder whether these Rangers can now clean up or what. The Spartan is still a nuisance, but a nuisance is all he is, then that's good news for Banished, right? As long as you get your stable tier 2 faster than UNSC and don't take any losses on your infrastructure, everything's great. Oh, we need to edit the gift subs as well. Okay. I thought I edited all these variants, but I guess not. We're using a new provider for the alerts. So thank you very much for the gift sub there. It was from Vils. Thank you. I will edit that after this match so it's less intrusive. Yeah, there have been a bunch of hiccups today. I started the stream muted, so that was genius. I was like so hyped that we're finally back, and I'm like, oh shit. Microphone setup. Every time there's a Windows update, I have to reset that, so... Didn't do it for the MetaPlace channel. Anyways, we got Marauders coming in. Very good addition to the Rangers, of course. Ultimately, you're gonna want maybe more than just one methane wagon so that you can spread the methane aura. Which will make the grunts better, which will make enemies hurt harder. Huh, Car says in the chat that if he had beamed the methane wagon as the Spartan was hijacking, the Spartan would have died. That's some really good game knowledge right there. Very important. And you gotta like test these things out a lot. There's a lot of value in generally testing things out like that. Good number of snipers. I really like it. I mean, they do outrange rangers. And if you can kite them nicely, then great. Definitely worth it, especially if you manage to add some vehicles to that. Could be Kodiaks, actually. The setup of Hero doesn't allow for countering that right this moment. He does have a Mexican generator in the back. That's a little dangerous against cutter drops. But, you know, it might work out. The second base of Hero is a little late, but overall, economically, it matches up with everything. He's also getting the Apex just in case he needs to shoot down some sniper shots as well as potential Kodiaks, which is exactly what Arenti is going to be making. And he's done upgrading the Hero to the Spartan lasers, so now can recycle that armory and get some more resources going. But eventually later, oh, that was a hell of a jump, man. ODSDs are coming in too. And they will be planting their mines. Will Hero be able to shoot them down in time? It doesn't matter because he's dropping in the Grunt Dome, so this army is now totally safe. Spartan does manage a successful hijack, but the vehicle is getting blasted a lot, so won't be providing too much value from here. Just the fact that you do have it though, and the cooldown is ticking, so he can jump onto a Marauder next and regenerate his shields in the meantime. Grunt Hustle is coming in as well as the Grunt Goblins. Nothing much else. The Engineers will be a good addition as well, but ultimately against all these Snipers and Kodiaks, you will be needing Shrouds to shut them down. Arenti is getting his own expansion. He's 80 population and will be wanting that population upgrade shortly, as he's got quite a bit of power in the bank now. What did he replace that with? Just a barracks. Okay, interesting. He says 2 barracks, so maybe one of those could go. I like the Jackrabbit as well for spotting purposes, like it just provides more line of sight than anything else in the game, especially if you upgrade it later. Much later. Yes. In terms of spending priority, that's pretty low on the list, right? But spotting for Kodiaks right now works. This is great. I love it. Getting some welcome back messages. Tourney's looking already good. Like a success. Thank you. And thanks everyone for signing up. There's still opportunities to join future events for everyone watching live. So there's the Rising Star tomorrow, which is open to everyone except like the top 8 players. And there's the Amateur League, which is open to, well, the middle guys, right? This Kodiak's are totally blasting Hero Absolution. Oh my god. And we got another sub there from Vils. Thank you. It's his own one this time. Spartans knocked out of the vehicle, but again, not a problem. Oh, the mine did manage to detonate that. Okay, we finally got the Shroud. Will that be able to shoot down 2 Kodiak's worth of projectiles, however? I think it might, but maybe not. You have to place it very, very intelligently. Okay, 2 of them will do the trick, though. But guess what? We've got a Spartan, and the Spartan's not afraid to go in and take those over, I don't think. Although that's a lot of Rangers as well for Hero. 4 Rangers is a little spooky. I also like the addition of the Locust for some long-distance firepower. Reinforcements level 1 is coming in. Arenti is getting infantry upgrades and like the Marine upgrade, funnily enough. I wonder what that's all about, because I guess if you get the Rangers picked off like this, just every reinforcing one, then the Marines can actually be a force for good here. Arenti is also probably building up to his big drop, but then he would have had the population upgrade. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! That was a nice army until it wasn't an army anymore. Now it's just a squad. Yikes. Very nice catch from Hero Absolution. You know, when you just send off an army like this and there's no combat, there's a very high likelihood of you looking somewhere else. So that was just very, very nicely used up by Hero. Spotted an opportunity and took it. Great. Now, what about those Kodiaks? Looks like they're just blasting at the Rangers. Every pickoff counts, as I said. And there's snipers here supporting the Kodiaks, so you're not just gonna walk up with a hunter or 2. In fact, all these Hellbringers will be bringing hell to them. And those have dispersion nozzles, if I see this correctly. Show us the Okay, don't show us. Okay, show us, show us, show us. I changed my mind. No, don't show us. I mean, okay, Arenti has been doing work in the back. He's dropped an ODST. He's peppering this slowly but surely. It adds up. Taking down the mini bases, taking them over. It's like, once you have all 3, it's basically like expanding at that point. Okay, but this is an army. This is a death ball of death and destruction. Arenti is doing the right thing, running away. Unfortunately, his hold position snipers, well, they were told to hold position, and so they did. Very obedient. Even in the face of this monstrosities. Is Spartan gonna come back, or... Oh! Close air support on the base while Hero is out of position. This is sick. Is Arenti gonna have the population upgrade? Still no. That's the only complaint I have about what he's doing. Because everything is just so well executed except for that timing. If he had that, he could do a big drop on this very, very soon. But hey, he's got ODSTs, he's got the Spartan. He might be able to shoot down any shield juggling attempts. Is there a shield juggle going on? He lost his base just now, nothing defending it. So that's very understandable. But the mini bases are toast, so it's a good trade overall. Shield gen is down. That's going to be expensive for Hero. And these are just turrets, so I think the ODSTs can go after the infrastructure a little bit. But Marauder Ranger should be able to hold, and then Deathball can continue. Hero's turning around, however. Arenti does have more population space, and as he would be losing some of these Hellbringers, he would be able to do the big drop. Very good pickoffs against the snipers, but overall Arenti, he's swimming in resources, man. He didn't even get the slots yet, but just stealing the mini bases, even that action does move your leader power bar. So I'm not even sure what point he's on. I just wish we had that UI, but we don't. He's definitely gonna be like 7 or something like that, working to 8. Point number 8. Just because of all these upgrading actions, all the mini base steals, all the anti-turrets, all that business. Another... Oh, that's a big drop, actually. Hold on, hold on. The tank could be doing some real work here, but it's gonna get methaned. Spartan's jacking a Locust at the moment. And we've got the eel coming in as well to keep Hero Absolution's army alive. He's at 81 population right now, but his cap is 100. He's gonna beam this thing. Oh, so many low units. Scattered very nicely, however. Great split from Arenti. He drops in the carpet bomb, and that will evaporate the heroes as well as another Locust. Tanks down. Diego is down as well, and there's one more Diego. 2 snipe will be easily done by all those Rangers. Looks like the Kodiak is exposing itself a little bit. I don't know if Arenti has a backup plan for this. Can he maybe do another close air support? I'd even consider it on top of this army, to be honest, guys, because this is really slow stuff. Not going to be able to kill the base, not with the engineers around. They are pretty good at healing, as you might expect. Single target and all that. Morpsa is back in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. More Kodiaks getting made. Base upgrades. Yeah, the macro is really looking good from Arenti. I'm not loving Hero Absolution's chances right now. But if he cleans up the back minis, it's not too bad. Bear in mind, Arenti is still really rich. And those Marines are pretty good at picking off the flyers. Take those out and suddenly it's a very different kind of story, but the shield does protect against the Spartan Slam's stun. And somebody resigned. Was that Arenti? Yes. I think he had something left here, guys. I think that was a little premature to resign there. Sure, that one fight there wasn't going so good, but he had the opportunity to rebuild a little bit. He had the mini bases still. This wasn't completely over, I don't think. Either way, well done to Hero Absolution holding on there. And, you know, getting the base knife was definitely valuable. He did good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Hero Absolution here in Game 2, playing as Captain Cutter, taking the lesson from Arenti, but also showing him how to do it for reals. That's the plan, right? Arenti, on the other hand, is gonna be showing the power of the Arbiter. And let me tell you, this is a pretty good map for Arbiter. Not that Cutter is weak against Arbiter or anything. Sure, he is weak against him in the late game, but good luck getting there. At the very top level, Cutter is just generally speaking the top leader. So the fact that Hero Absolution won the last game, you know, there was chaos there, no doubt, but the fact that he won it is impressive. RB will just have to rely on the late game. Alright, we're getting some screen tearing here, so that's very ugly. I'm gonna see if we can enable vertical sync. There, that should be better. Apologies for that one. Yeah, there we go. Frame rate is still looking smooth. Just like my brain. So, as far as the matchup goes, I mean, this is just a pretty equal split over the map. Nobody stole mini bases, nobody significantly stole power. We've got double generator for Hero Absolution and supposedly the same thing for Arenti, because if you just don't get an early edge, there's no point in really trying to rush anything between these two leaders. They're so capable of holding early pressure, both of them. You know, if you scout some early aggression, then Arbiter goes Ghosts and holds it. If UNSC scouts early aggression, then you go Snipers and hold it. Gotta be really careful with that. There is gonna be a poke, but this is not a rush, right? The hero is just getting the Hellbringers in order to handle the number of grunts here. He's gonna put on some pressure and force out Ghosts, but other than that, nothing too crazy. Arenti is going for the defensive play, however, making sure that he has at least a raid camp in case it's necessary, but I'm not sure Hero is that heavily committed to any of this. Taking over one power node, working on another one. Don't see a Spartan just yet. I'm not sure it's gonna happen, actually, because this is just Hellbringers from a single barrack, so very cheap business. Arenti should not be upgrading his Ghost for this one. Just get out like 2 or 3 and you'll have held this. This is super light pressure. Oh, this is so good though. The Hellbringers should be able to deny any power node grabs, and in the meta place tournaments you have to keep in mind that the cloak based power node grabs are basically banned, right? So you can't just leave the sentinels alive and run around. That would be cheating according to our rules. But if you encounter that on the ladder, then yeah, Arbiter is probably OP as hell. But in this environment, I wouldn't say so. High quality stream 4K. It's based on 1440p. But the high quality stream is actually on YouTube. Twitch doesn't do high bit rates. So YouTube is the place it looks nice at. Hero's done a good job building up his Hellbringer account. This actually might be able to put some pressure on, and considering the fact that he has 3 power nodes to 0, that's a pretty big deal. He's also tier 2. He's gonna get an air pad for Nightingales to add to this. More Hellbringers and potentially a Spartan soon. Maybe from the second base is what he'll do. He's just looking to control the nodes. He doesn't care about anything else. Hey, what happened to this one? Who did this? Did Arenti somebody capture that with a ghost or something? He's tier 2 himself, by the way. And he's getting an Apex to support his infantry, I guess. I'm so surprised because normally when you see Arbiter in tier 2, he would just start with the... He would just start with the Arbiter hero, right? And run around with that thing and just poke the infantry and run away again. Can definitely generate a lot of value from that. Ghost ended up ramming the power node. Taking the garrisons. The second base, of course, is an important thing to hold. If Hero's army was together, I think he could do some pressure together with ODST drop. He certainly has some resources for it, but still building up. That might be just too many rangers, so, but they are scattered in the garrisons, so this location might be something to poke if the army was together, but it's not. There's a Nightingale now. Base upgrade and another barracks. So it's gonna be Dispersion also Hellbringers or what? They don't have Dispersion nozzles yet. They're not going to anytime soon. It costs 600 power. Grun's gonna eat it. Or is it though? Yeah, it is. Ooh, that's 2 smokes. That's 2 smokes. Now he doesn't have one for the actual army. Yeah, Hero might have to turn around here. But the Nightingales will be keeping the units alive. They'll keep the squad members respawning and stuff. Was that an ODST drop? Yes, it is. On the mini base, it's a good idea to take that down. Every little bit you can take away from the other guy. You know, this nets you leader power points. It nets you economic damage to your opponent, and maybe you can steal the mini base yourself, which is more economy for you, more leader power progression as well. Every little bit counts. Third generator. But overall, Hero is pretty peaceful here, right? Like he's decaptured the power node and he's going after the mini bases, which is all good stuff. But there's no big major engagements. Now, however, we have dispersion nozzles, and this is gonna make a huge difference against the army. Supposedly Arenti would have seen it as well. So at least he's not gonna go out there with like 2 rangers to poke this anymore because it's just too spooky. Why is this base on 0 health? Excuse me? Yeah, I was gonna say. What the hell was that? Anyway. Yeah, Marines have combat tech. Have had it for a long time too. So the ghosts are no longer a factor. You could grenade the Reaver as well with those. It's not a terrible use. Nice pick off on the NG. Not. Yeah, good pullback micro there from Arenti. He's gonna lose the mini base, however, and guess who's gonna build it? Oh, Arenti, okay. He took some damage on that thing, so Hero could come back at some point. But right now, he's not too terribly interested in engaging this army. He's got the mobility advantage. Might as well make use of it. Pick off the Lone Ranger, go for the power node grab, build up his third base and the economy associated with that. But Arenti has some spotter units, and they know he could drop in the elite squad. And let me tell you, those enforcers can take this down in moments. Another mini base is toast. And Hero Absolution is just building up his lead. He's building up his economy. He's building up his power progression. It's looking real good to me. Where Spartan though? Where Spartan? No Spartan. It's gonna happen. Eventually. We will get there. 4th base for Hero and Spartan. That's even better. He's got a 100 population cap. He's got all these upgraded buildings. Oh, I'm not sure I love this, but I guess against Arbiter, if you can keep him contained like this, you might as well be doing that, because who knows where he'll be dropping. So spreading out your generators probably not the worst of ideas. Then again, the mini bases are easy targets, so you should be looking for that if you're the Arbiter. That Ranger is underground. Okay then. Why not? It's a very teeny tiny army for Arenti, man. He's got the Phantoms now, which is great. He's adding in freaking Enforcers. I don't understand that part. Misclick? I mean, at least they get to garrison and throw their grenades from the Phantom. That's a lot of stasis going down on the UNSC army, though. Then again, Hero Absolution is 100 population. He can do this all day. He's throwing in some ODSTs. He's carpet bombing this. The Spartan's happy to be around. Everyone's getting healed by the Nightingales. Detonations are seen on the ground as well for those Rangers. And everything's on fire thanks to the dispersion nozzles. So this is really, the floor is lava. It seriously is. Arenti has barely got any population. What is he doing? I mean, that's a ghost. It's not even an enforcer drop. What has Arenti got going for himself? I think nothing, guys. He's just lost his shield. The turrets are weak. Ay, ay, ay. I think Hero's cleaning up, guys. Especially with the big drop coming in too. I'm expecting Arenti to resign any minute. Unless he's got a Scarab coming out. He does not. He's tier 2 still. So, no rabbit in the hat. Nor any other animal in any other piece of clothing. His base is toast, however, so there's that. Not the kind you can eat. Ay, ay, ay. Hero is just absolutely stomping him, man. This is rough, but there is the loser's bracket for today's tournament. Arenti will have to go into a best of 1 against some of the top players, however, so that's going to be rough. We only have one best of 1 round in today's tournament. Everything else is best of 3 and best of 5, but whoever loses these first rounds, yeah, that's gonna be a best of 1 next time. just to keep the event moving quickly. Hero's got an absolutely fantastic economy. He's tier 3, he's getting neural implant for the Spartan. He's probably building up further upgrades for his infrastructure. Very nice right there. This is a startup tank, not an actual new tank, right? Unfortunately, the drop did happen at some point in the middle of all this, but obviously doesn't contribute much when you're not dropping it on an enemy base. Team Marines are healing up the mini base. The hero is pinching every penny right now, and yes, it was the Scorpion from the drop. He didn't make any actual Scorpions just yet. Is that going to be an air pad? Oh, he's going for the Vulture finish, I think. Fair enough. It makes sense. This is the use for the Enforcer Store to clean up those minis. Good pick off on the tank. Hero does not have what it takes to win this fight, but does he? He does now. Wouldn't have done with just the Diegos, but the Hellbringers are really what's changing this. Oh, he's got another ODST drop. Okay, then. He can do this all day, man. He can do this all day. Kato just doesn't need as much production as the other factions, or leaders, rather. Even stolen the Phantom. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't need as much production because you get so many units from your drops. So you can have a bigger economy, thus afford the drops, and just keep the loop going. Speaking of the loop, I'm not gonna get to do the loop. Come on, man. It's okay. Arenti was pretty toast, to be honest, at this point. So, yeah, let's give this to Hero Absolution. Very generous right now. And we're off to the next one. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.